In the heart of Lagos, where tradition meets modernity, lives a young couple with very different visions for their future. Oluchi dreams of fame and riches, of joining the city's elite. Her husband, Uche, prefers simplicity, though his vision and intelligence far surpass what his wife realizes. Uche's humility hides a profound secret. He's the founder of T.S Gadgets Tech, one of Africa's fastest-growing tech companies. He built it quietly, believing that character is revealed not by wealth, but by the values we live by. To test her sincerity, Uche lives modestly and keeps his wealth hidden. He wants to see if Oluchi's love is genuine or only tied to financial gain. But Oluchi's love for Uche is conditional, rooted more in wealth than in true affection. Oluchi is in an upscale Lagos marketplace, trying on expensive jewelry and designer clothes. Her friends surround her, and she boasts about her high expectations for her husband's career, hoping he'll soon be somebody. Oluchi constantly pushed Uche to do more and be more. To her, love wasn't about understanding, but status. She envied her friends whose husbands flaunted their wealth, most especially her friend called Laura, who married a wealthy man with a lucrative oil business, overlooking Uche's quiet, thoughtful ways.
Laura, your husband's smart. Why don't you push him to go big like my husband did with his oil business? Besides, he needs to take good care of you. You deserves a princess treatment. My husband worships me so much that he spends so much on me to give me the luxurious life I need. For the fact, I am very glad that I married him. If not, I don't know what I will do without him.
Oluchi, disappointed. Uche has the brains, but he just doesn't think big. If only he had more ambition. Or maybe he don't have any, just that I was carried away with a thought that he will do better in the future. But here we are now. He's just being so useless to me.
Laura, honestly, if he doesn't give you what you wanted, then it's better you toss him out to the gutter where he belongs and make room for a nice, sweet, and wealthy man that will treat you like a queen. Look at me, baby, am I not glowing and sparkling? That is to show you evidently that money is good mostly when it comes from your man.
Oluchi, honestly, Laura, you are right. This isn't what I signed for when I married him. After all, I still have early chances for me to move on with my life and find someone better than him. And also, we have no kids yet that could hold me back. Uche had built his empire on hard work and humility, choosing to keep his achievements from Oluchi to see her true nature. Every day, he quietly directed T.S Gadgets Tech, trusting Kelechi to be its public face. Uche is in a sleek, minimalist corporate office, discussing strategies with his business partner, Kelechi. Uche is shown seated behind his laptop, occasionally glancing at a photo of Oluchi, conflicted.
Kelechi, when will you tell her the truth? She deserves to know.
Uche sighing. Maybe someday, but not yet. She values wealth above all else, and I need to know if she loves me for who I am, not for what I have.
Back in their modest apartment, Oluchi is visibly frustrated. Uche, arriving home late, is met with her anger. Oluchi's expression hardens as she compares Uche to the wealthy husbands of her friends. Uche, on a casual attire, sitting at the dining table, sorting through some paperwork for his business, while Oluchi is dressed in stylish, modern clothes, looking increasingly frustrated as she watches him. The modest surroundings of their home contrast with her apparent desire for a more affluent lifestyle. As Uche continued his modest lifestyle, Oluchi's patience waned. She saw his quiet humility as a weakness and began treating him with disdain. Oluchi said, "You're always talking about potential, but where are the results? I'm tired of struggling while others live in luxury. Don't you ever feel like we're just stuck? Living in this tiny place, struggling to make ends meet while everyone else is moving forward?"
Uche replied, looking up from his paperwork, calm and reassuring. Happiness isn't only about money, Oluchi. I know it's not easy now, but building something meaningful takes time. I'm putting everything I have into our life. Once it grows, we'll have more stability. You just have to trust me.
Oluchi replied, shaking her head frustrated. Trust? Only poor people say that. I've been trusting Uche, but it feels like all we do is wait. Meanwhile, my friends are living in nice homes, driving nice cars, enjoying their lives, and here we are, barely getting by.
Uche, trying to stay positive. Oluchi, life isn't a race. I don't want to take shortcuts or build something superficial. I want us to have something solid, something we can be proud of.
Oluchi, voice rising, unable to hold back her bitterness. Proud of what, Uche? Proud of struggling every month? Proud of living paycheck to paycheck? I want more than just surviving.
Uche, his voice softens, sensing her pain. I understand that, Oluchi. I want more for us too. But I also want us to build something that lasts. Money will come, but there's value in the journey, in building something real.
Oluchi sighs heavily, looking away. The journey? I don't want the journey, Uche. I want the destination. I want to wake up and feel like we've made it. I want to be proud of where we are.
Uche pauses, searching for the right words. Oluchi, I thought our love was enough to make us proud. Isn't it worth something that we have each other, that we're building this together?
Oluchi, growing impatient. Love doesn't pay the bills, Uche. Love doesn't give us the life we deserve. Sometimes I wonder if I made a mistake, thinking that love alone would be enough.
Uche, hurt but composed. Oluchi, I know you want more. I promise you, I'm working toward that. But maybe what we need right now is patience. We don't have to have it all right now. Isn't it enough that we're moving forward little by little? Isn't it enough that we have each other?
Oluchi, voice growing cold, folding her arms. Maybe for you, Uche, but I don't want to spend my life getting by. I've sacrificed so much, supported you, stood by you, and for what? For hopes, for promises of one day.
Uche, struggling to hold his composure. Oluchi, I know it's been hard on you. I don't take any of your support for granted, but building something from the ground up isn't fast or easy. You knew that when we started this journey.
Oluchi, shaking her head, voice full of frustration. Maybe I didn't really understand what I was signing up for. Maybe I was too blinded by love. I thought we'd be in a better place by now, that you would have done more.
Uche, his tone shifting, a hint of sadness in his voice. So you don't think I'm doing enough? You think I'm just wasting time?
Oluchi, looking down, conflicted but firm. I'm saying that I don't know if you understand the urgency I feel. I see people around us, people who started with nothing, making something of themselves. And here we are, waiting on some dream that may or may not come true.
Uche, hurt, but trying to understand her perspective. Oluchi, this isn't just a dream to me. This is our future. I'm not just building a business. I'm building a life for us. Something that will give us security for years to come. Why is it hard for you to see?
Oluchi, exasperated. Years to come. Uche, I want something now. We're not getting any younger. At this rate, we'll be old and grey before we ever get to enjoy anything.
Uche, sadly after a pause. Oluchi, I hear you, and I get that you want more. But don't you see that it's not just about money or status for me? It's about creating something meaningful, something that stands for who we are. I want us to feel proud of what we've built together.
Oluchi, coldly, almost to herself. Maybe I was wrong about that, Uche. Maybe I was wrong to think we wanted the same things.
Uche, hurt but steady. Oluchi, I want us to be happy, and I thought you'd want to build that happiness with me. But if you can't see past what we don't have, then I don't know if anything I say will make a difference.
Oluchi, turning away, crossing her arms defensively. You're right, I don't know if it will. Uche felt a heaviness settle in his chest, realizing just how deeply their paths had diverged. As Oluchi's words echoed in the quiet room, he wondered if the love they'd built could survive the gap between their dreams and their reality. As the story unfolds, Oluchi begins to see her husband as a burden, calling him lazy and treating him with increasing cruelty. Uche silently endures her harsh treatment, observing the true nature of his wife's affections. He continues running his empire from the shadows, allowing his close friend and business partner Kelechi to serve as the public face of T.S Gadgets and Tech. Uche and Kelechi discuss a future reveal plan over coffee, with Kelechi pushing for transparency with Oluchi. Meanwhile, Oluchi is seen secretly counting their money, frustrated by their meager resources. Kelechi was eager to reveal the truth, hoping it might mend the marriage. But Uche hesitated, haunted by Oluchi's materialism.
Kelechi, you can't keep this up forever, Uche. She deserves to know who she married. She is your wife, and not just that, but also your flesh and blood, because you two swore to God to be one, and that one means one body.
Uche, lost in thought. But what if she doesn't love the man behind the money? For her money is so much to her more than the man she married, or can I say the man she said she will be with for the rest of her life. Now she sees me as a burden in her life.
Oluchi, now bitter, begins to treat Uche as little more than a servant. She berates him for not living up to her expectations and even forces him to do menial household chores, belittling him at every turn. Uche's silence only fueled Oluchi's anger. She began treating him like a burden, a servant in his own home, her heart hardened by disappointment. Oluchi, you're no better than a houseboy. If you can't provide the life I need, at least make yourself useful. The house needs a thorough cleaning, and since you can't do your manly duty by providing so much in the family, then I guess you have to fit in as a houseboy. And for the matter of fact, you can't expect me to be doing all of that in this house, while a lowlife like you will be here thinking you are the man of the house.
Uche, stoically. If this is what you want, I will do it. Since I'm not meeting up to your expectations and standard, which I always try my best to do my manly work in the family, but it isn't enough for you. I hope you know that this is unlike you that I got married to at the first place. You were so lovely and amazing. Then status and money was nothing, instead love and understanding, but now the love doesn't matter to you, but money and luxurious lifestyle. I guess your circle of friends have influenced and poisoned your mind that you envied them and wish to live like them.
Oluchi, so be it if I wish to be like them and envy them. After all, they have all they need. A nice and wealthy man that gives them the standard life you can't even afford to give to me. I just can't believe that I ended up getting married to you at the first place. I wished I was more mature then as I am now. I wouldn't have made this terrible mistake. Now look at me living with a miserable and vagrant man like you. Uche is alone in a park, sitting on a bench under a tree, watching children play. His gaze is somber, his mind weighed down by Oluchi's behavior. As days turned to months, Uche's patience wore thin. He had hoped Oluchi would see him beyond his wealth, but each day only confirmed her superficial love.
Uche, did I make a mistake hiding the truth? Or is this the test that was meant to reveal who she truly is? I hope I make the best decision of my life. If not, I will live the rest of my life in regret.
Oluchi, running an errand near T.S Gadgets Tech headquarters, accidentally overhears a meeting. She spots Kelechi and follows him, discovering Uche's true role. Fate led Oluchi to the truth she had longed for, but in a way she had never imagined. In an instant, her entire perception of her husband shattered, leaving her in shock and disbelief. The climax arrives when Oluchi accidentally stumbles upon a company meeting and discovers Uche's true role as the founder of T.S Gadgets Tech, a booming company specializing in cutting-edge home gadgets that are popular across Africa. She was shocked and humiliated. She realizes her mistakes and tries to apologize. But by then, Uche has already distanced himself emotionally. He leaves, choosing to live a life where he is truly appreciated. Her pleas fell on deaf ears. Uche had endured her cruelty for too long, and his heart had closed to the woman he once loved. Oluchi could no longer hold back the words she had buried under years of pride. Her heart was heavy, and she knew this conversation might be her last chance to say the things she had never before realized needed saying. Uche, I was wrong. Please, forgive me.
Uche, quietly. It's too late, Oluchi. I needed you to see me, not my money. You failed that test.
Oluchi, voice trembling. Uche, I know I've hurt you, and I know words can't change what I've done, but please, I need you to understand. I was wrong, blinded by things that don't matter, and I didn't see you, really see you.
Uche, silent for a moment, then with a measured tone. Maybe that's the part that hurts the most, Oluchi. I was right here, trying to love you as you were. But you only saw what you thought I wasn't.
Oluchi, voice breaking. I know, I see that now. I thought I knew what I wanted, but it was just empty. All that time, I was searching for things outside myself. And you had something real. I just couldn't see it until I lost it.
Uche, sighing, his voice softer but resolute. And now you expect me to forget the way you treated me? To pretend the things you said didn't cut deep?
Oluchi. No, I don't expect that. I don't expect anything, honestly. I wanted you to know that I regret every moment I pushed you away. I was so focused on what you could be that I forgot the man you already were. And he is more than enough.
Uche looks away, struggling with his own emotions. It's not about being enough, Oluchi. It's about love, and love. Love shouldn't feel like servitude. I did everything to make you happy, hoping you'd see beyond the material. But every day you reminded me that I'd never measure up in your eyes.
Oluchi, whispering. I know, and I'll carry that regret. Forever, if I have to. I just need to know. Is there a chance? Any chance that we could rebuild?
Uche, pausing, his face filled with sorrow and resolve. Sometimes, Oluchi, things break in a way that they can't be put back together. I forgive you, truly I do. But we're not the same people anymore. It's not something I can unfeel or forget.
Oluchi, tears filling her eyes. So, this is it? This is goodbye?
Uche, nodding slowly. I think it has to be. Maybe one day you'll find peace. But for me, peace means moving on. Alone.
Oluchi, sobbing quietly. I understand. Thank you for everything. For showing me what love really is, even if I was too blind to see it at the time.
Uche, softly, almost a whisper. Take care of yourself, Oluchi. I hope you find what you're looking for. Goodbye.
The words lingered in the silence, hanging heavy in the air, like an unspoken farewell to the life they once shared. Oluchi's heart ached as she watched Obina turn and walk away, knowing she had lost more than just a husband. She had lost the only man who had ever truly seen her. Uche is seen in a luxurious apartment, content and finally at peace. He looks over the Lager skyline, reflecting on his journey, grateful for the clarity he now has. Uche moved on, free from the weight of Oluchi's superficial love. His life was richer for the lesson learned, and he vowed to cherish those who valued him, not his wealth. While Oluchi is alone in their old apartment, her face etched with regret as she looks at a family photo, realizing what she has lost. Oluchi's dreams of wealth turned to dust, and the life she had once scorned became her only reminder of the man she had pushed away. On the other hand, her friends she wishes to be like no longer value her friendship. Shaken by the truth, Oluchi couldn't ignore the pain she had caused. For the first time, she was stripped of her pride, left only with a painful regret for the man she had belittled. Oluchi, Uche, please, let me talk to you.
Uche, coldly. I think we've said all we needed to say, Oluchi. I don't have anything to say to you again after all you made it clear to me, and I am glad that the decision I made in finding out the true you by hiding my wealth is the best I ever made in life. After all, you are a beautiful lady, and I believe you will find someone better than me.
Oluchi had expected his anger, but the coldness in his eyes struck her heart. She had lost his warmth, the very thing she never realized she needed most. Her mind raced through memories she had buried beneath her ambition. She remembered Uche's kindness, his patience, his love. But now, those moments felt like distant dreams, tarnished by her own bitterness. Oluchi, how could I be so blind? He gave me everything, even the chance to see myself, and I wasted it all, even his pride, his dreams, his heart. And what did I do? I dismissed him, belittled him, took every good thing he gave and twisted it into something unworthy. I told myself he wasn't enough, but it was me. I was the one who wasn't enough, too caught up in my own shallow dreams to see the treasure right in front of me. He never asked for much, just my respect, my kindness, my love. And instead, I made him feel small. He gave me every chance to see myself, to grow, to be better. But I wasted it. I wasted him. I lost the only person who saw me for who I truly am, and still, he stayed. He stayed and tried, even when I gave him no reason to. I thought I needed more success, more luxury, more something. But all that time, I had everything I needed, and I threw it away with my own hands. How foolish could I be? Now I sit here, left with nothing but regret, knowing that I pushed him out of my life. The love he showed me, the patience, the understanding, I didn't deserve any of it. And now it's too late. I can't undo the words I said, the looks I gave, the contempt I let build up between us. I wanted to be adored, yet I crushed the heart of the only man who ever truly adored me. What have I done? How did I let him slip away? All because I couldn't see the value of the love he freely gave. Oluchi, seated at a small desk, begins writing a letter to Uche, pouring out her heart. Her face is a mix of sorrow and desperation as she searches for words to convey her regret. Words failed her. She had always expected Uche to bend to her will, but now she was the one begging for forgiveness. Excerpts from the letter. Uche, I don't know where to begin. How do you ask for forgiveness when you've broken something so precious? You once gave me your heart, and I traded it for vanity. I don't expect you to come back, but I need you to know I see you now, for who you truly are. I am ashamed of the woman I've become, and I can only hope one day you'll remember the good in me, as I will forever remember the kindness you gave so freely. Uche, now living in a new apartment, receives Oluchi's letter. He sits in a cozy, minimalistic living space, his expression softening as he reads her words, though a sadness remains in his eyes. The letter stirred emotions he thought he'd buried. Her words were heavy with regret, but Uche knew her repentance couldn't erase the pain she had caused.
Uche, forgiveness doesn't change the past because what has happened, but maybe it can help her find peace. Perhaps that is the only gift I can give her now.
Uche agrees to meet Oluchi one last time in a quiet, secluded cafe. Oluchi appears nervous and vulnerable, her face visibly aged by sorrow. Uche, calm and composed, listens as she pours her heart out. Oluchi had faced many battles, but none as difficult as this, owning up to the wound she had inflicted. Oluchi, I don't expect you to come back. I know I don't deserve it. I just needed you to know I'm sorry, and it is from the core of my heart.
Uche, I said before that I forgive you, and truly I have forgiven you, Oluchi, but I can't live with the memory of us as we became. I need to move forward, and I hope you find peace too. Stop wallowing in self-pity, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think it is fate for this to happen, and I believe as we move on without each other, we can find peace.
Oluchi felt the weight of finality in his words, yet within his forgiveness, she found the release she needed. Though her heart ached, she accepted that this was her true closure. Oluchi, alone in her apartment, removes all remnants of the luxuries she once prized. She starts volunteering at a local community center, rediscovering herself through acts of kindness. Though her heart bore scars of regret, Oluchi chose to transform her pain into purpose. She learned to value kindness, understanding that true wealth is built on compassion and integrity. Oluchi, I lost something precious, a love so rare, a man who saw me and believed in me, even when I couldn't see myself. That kind of love, it doesn't come around twice. I know that now. And I know I let it slip through my fingers because I was too busy chasing shadows, too blind to cherish what was real. But maybe I can still find myself. Perhaps, in the ruins of what I've lost, there's a path waiting for me. A path to finally become the person he saw, the woman I was too afraid to be. I can't bring him back. I can't undo the hurt, the bitterness, the foolish pride that drove him away. But maybe, just maybe, I can rebuild. It won't be easy. This time, I'll have to walk alone, without his patient hand guiding me. I'll have to face my own emptiness, my own mistakes, and learn to fill the void I created. But if I can find the courage to look deeper, to unearth what I buried beneath ambition and pride, maybe I'll find a better version of myself, one he would have been proud of. I lost something precious, and that's a truth I'll carry with me. But there's still a life to live, still a purpose for me to uncover. Perhaps, even without him, I can find a reason to grow, a reason to love myself the way he once loved me. It won't heal the past, but it could shape my future. If I can make peace with my mistakes, maybe I'll find the strength to become whole on my own. Uche moved on, strengthened by the trials he endured and wiser in love. Oluchi, though forever marked by the pain of loss, found a new path. Through the mistakes of the past, they both found the courage to build a future, even if it meant walking separate roads. And so, Uche's hidden empire flourished without her. For those who seek riches above love, beware, for the price of greed is often the loss of what truly matters.